Welcome back to Mystery Mondays, the Monday Mystery Show for Case 3 of Ben Jordan, Paranormal Investigator. It's titled, once again, none of the titles of the games are on the title screen. This one's called The Sorceress of Smailholm. It came with a few pages of the handbook. This one's about witches. And this is the one where I had seen the page 2 of the handbook. It says the Witch Code, and it has a bunch of symbols. I don't know if those are going to be, I assume that's going to be for a puzzle at some point. I don't know if it's going to reiterate the game, so I've got it here on my phone. And I was mistaken. It turns out the deluxe, we're done with deluxe versions. That's why we had that Monkey Games instead of the Grundislav intro. I think this might be the only one with the Monkey Games. I don't know who Monkey Games was. You see them on a lot of old AGS games. I think they were just like a host where you could upload games to. I'm not sure about that. But from here until case 7, we've got no voice acting. I thought that he just did deluxe versions for case 1 and 2 to add voice acting and stuff because the rest of them had it, but I was wrong. I was confused. We might as well start the intro since there's no voice acting anyway, and there's some credits here. I was confused because the file size of cases 3, 4, 5, and 6 are kind of more in line with the file size of the deluxe versions of case 1 and 2, of a few dozen megabytes, whereas the original versions of case 1 and 2 are like under 10 megabytes. Did I say gig? I definitely meant to say megabytes, if I didn't. So I was like, well, the file size suggests that there's voice acting in all of these, but turns out no. So I'm not going to complain too much. I would prefer voice acting, obviously. It allows me to talk less and read less while I'm doing a video. In real life, I've been over this before, and when I'm not making a video, I don't give a shit if there's voice acting or not. When I'm making a video, it gives my vocal cords time to rest. Oh, they're scrying him. They're scrying old Ben Jordan. This is what he used to look like. This is what he looks like in the pre-deluxe days. There's not even any music here right now. Okay, he's going to Scotland, and there's a murders about. Just plain old-fashioned murders. At least the skunk ape case, it was like, no, it's an animal. So that's why we didn't get the cops involved. The second game, she said she got the cops involved. Let's see if they mention it, I guess. I have to pay extra attention to what's going on because they're not reading it out loud to me. But the reason I'm not complaining is because this means I can turn the volume down, and and when I'm editing this later, I can keep the volume at a set level. I don't have to constantly be fiddling with it so you can hear the voice acting, but then also it's not drowning me out because the music mix. So far, there's no music in this. Outside, this is the title screen. There's been no music. Is that supposed to be that way? I don't know. There were a couple DLLs. I'm running this through the Linux version of AGS because the Wine version had problems. I didn't want to be playing it in a tiny window in the middle of my 320 by 200 window in the middle of my screen. But there were a couple DLLs. I don't know if they're supposed to be like rain effects outside or something. One of them was called Snow Rain. The other one was Leg 40, I think. I don't know if that includes music. I did not enjoy the music in the first 2 games at all, though. I thought they were way too loud and annoying and repetitive, and like they were just way too loud. The mix was awful, and the songs themselves were like just passable, whatever, probably some royalty-free garbage that that old Grundy found on the internet. No, they actually, I think they said they were composed. They had music credits for composers. I don't know if they were composed specifically. They didn't do a good job. And Francisco didn't help the cause any by having the mix way too loud. Marcus Tibbins, the innkeeper. We were just talking to him, weren't we? I wasn't reading. So he says it's gonna be a problem, actually. Smailholm. Can you tell me about Smailholm? Oh, that's you know what? The one thing that is disappointing is we would have gotten some pretty mighty fine Americans doing Scottish accents in this one. I think that's unfortunate. I would have liked to hear how they read these characters. Okay, tell me about the murders. Do you know anything about them? Some child murders. We're dealing with child murders. You can't be saying tis when there's tragedies. I can't take people serious when they say tis. Okay. For years, there's been, it's like these murders have been going on for years, but no. The rumors of witches, and now there's been murders, and now there's rumors of witch murders. Okay. All right. Tell me about the witches then, I guess. You're not superstitious. Okay. Which young woman? A specific young woman, or just like, oh, I saw a young woman? Okay, that's a cop. Which one? The one in the hat? All right. Our scores are a cackling witch on this one. Good, cool. Did you just say your name is Smailholm? You own this place? The whole city? Maybe he didn't say that. Oh, we don't. We only have talk in this one. We don't have talk and question. That's fine. It's not a problem. It's better. The talking. I don't think. The talking and question separated might have been added for the deluxe versions. They were never used. They were never used to good effect. It was just like an extra little fluff line you got if you used exclamation point, and everything you needed, every time you needed to talk to somebody, it was question mark. Are you the constable? You're wearing a hat like a cop. Only cops wear hats. That's little crime, except for child murders. There were some child murders. I know it could be the only crime that's happened in years, but I off the back of a couple child murders, I don't think I would be saying, I don't think I would be introducing to strangers with American accents. Yes, no, this is a lovely town with no crime. Yeah, other than the child murders that have been happening recently. I don't care what your statistics say when the bodies aren't even cold. Okay, do you think it was a witch? Oops, I meant to click witches. Angus McGee. Oh, am I famous? World famous? Oh no, somebody else was looking for me. Was he the guy that hired me? He's investigating. A competitor? And he's English. Or was it that kid that we met in the grocery store in the convenience store in the last episode, the last game? Okay. Tell me about the witches then. You are raised to believe in witches, but you haven't seen them, blah, 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 but there's no magic. Okay, you're not superstitious either. And we've already seen a Bigfoot and a ghost. Confirmed ghosts with multiple witnesses, 2 witnesses. This is one of those fictional universes with obvious supernatural elements, but then way more skeptics than you would find. You would expect to find. It's like everybody's like, no, well, some people are saying it's witches, but I'm not superstitious. But then it's definitely witches. There's definitely witches. They didn't do that so much in the first 2. The first one, it was mostly like, yeah, there's a skunk ape. We all know it. The second one, they didn't really touch on who believes and who doesn't, but they were like, yeah, he went off looking for... I guess most people didn't really believe in the ghost shit, but they didn't dwell on it. They didn't really dwell on it, I don't think. Okay. Were you the constable, or is this the constable? I wasn't listening. When he was talking about it, when people talk about themselves, I don't listen. So I asked him about himself. Who are you? Okay, no. Wallace Krim. All right. Gotta exhaust all the dialogue for those sweet points. But I don't think this guy has much to say of import. I don't even get any points for this. Okay, he believes in witches. And I can click through the at least I can click through the dialogue as much as I want without then sitting in the editing bay and being like, oh, why did I click through all these dialogue lines? It sounds so annoying when he's like, so tell you about you. Oh, well, I mean, I was like, why was I doing that? Why do I keep doing that? Why am I so impatient all the time? Now I'm allowed to go at the pace I read in the event I'm actually reading, which is strong sometimes. So sometimes I do reading. Okay, which one is my room? None of these are my room. Is this one my room? They put me all the way in the back, huh? Jesus Christ. Perspective. Look at this bed. This bed is six Ben Jordans wide. This I can say is the perspective. This window is way too big too. All right, I guess let's go to sleep. It's bedtime, Jordan. Go to bed. Got 2 points for going to sleep. Day 1. That was a prologue. Nothing in the cabinet. Don't need to carry a candle. And we don't get any tooltips. And this is way before you would be finding buttons that highlight every object in the scene. I can't remember the first game I saw that in, but it wouldn't have been this one. Maybe like a Telltale, like a Salmon Max or something. The Telltale version of Salmon Max. Hey, we got music. Nice. I don't know if there was supposed to be like one of the DLLs. Obviously, rain snow would be like particle effects. Or are you the guy that was looking for me? I would appreciate to come. Okay. Don't condescend to me. We're both adults here. You're speaking like you're one of my parents. Get down here right now, young man. No. I should have said no. The great paranormal investigator. Yes, that's me. Well, I don't care what you were expecting. Percival Quentin Jones, PhD, a professor at Oxford. Okay? What do you want with me? Okay, we'll go about your business then. Ben's looking all surly. Okay. Look, neither one of us has to get in each other's way. So, stay... That's fine. Leave me alone. You're the only one bothering me. Hey, maybe if I showed up where you were investigating, you're going out of your way to come chew me out for something that hasn't even fucking happened yet. Why don't you wait? Why don't you wait until it's a problem? I'm not here to step on your toes, and I'd also appreciate it if you did the same and stayed away from me. Starting 5 fucking minutes ago. Get out of here. What an asshole. Alright. Guess we should start our investigation. Hotel Stockholm. What is this? Smailholm. 1 flower. Well, let's... There's only 1 flower left. We can ruin this town. We can drive at the price of tulips. Alright, there's a jail here. Has somebody been arrested for this murders? Oh, someone's been arrested for something. Are you the mother? What's this? An old wanted poster, so that has nothing to do with this, huh? We can't talk to that. Alright, let's talk to her. Still only click the bars, I guess. Okay, so Mickey was the I guess I figured that out when the other guy said, you don't need to know who I am. It is interesting. It brings me all over the place. I was in Florida. I can't remember where he said he came from. Where he was. He wasn't in Florida before, like his apartment's not in Florida, I don't think. And then he went to California. I mean, one of the worst parts of California, but it was still California. Now he's all the way in Scotland, the United Kingdom. I wasn't listening. What's your problem? Who are you, I mean? Okay, you're not Mrs. McBee, are you? Are you the young lady they've accused of being a witch? Okay, I should be clicking through it. Quentin Jones. Yes. So they think you're a witch? I said there's definitely witches in this. There's definitely gonna be witches or witchcraft or magic. I didn't say the person they're accusing is a witch. They could throw that twist out there though. She could suddenly transform into a witch at some point in this game, but so far I'm gonna operate on the assumption that someone else is gonna be a witch. We're gonna find a witch somewhere else. There's gonna be some sort of other paranormal phenomenon that's not a witch. Well, case 3, they're not gonna start introducing Scooby-Doo plot lines, are they? Actually, there's a perfectly rational explanation for all of this. Even after the last episode, you saw a ghost. You were not only saw a ghost, you were attacked by a ghost. All right, tell me what happened, I guess. Oh, she's one of those sleep witches. Okay, it might be her. All right. The children. The children. No choice. Okay. And they're just holding you here? They haven't brought up charges? They haven't set bail? I don't know how bail works in the United Kingdom, Scotland, UK. I don't know how any of that works. I don't know how the criminal justice system works. I would assume they can't just lock you in a cell and just leave you there without any... Like they've got to have some sort of due process, right? I learned... oh, okay. Yes, whatever. Mary, I don't believe you've killed those children. Alright, shut up. Oh, is this a romance? Springing up a romance? Okay, Constable McGee. Well, it's not about you being a security risk. It's about your, like, health and well-being, and, like, mental health and well-being as well. Have you been fed today? Smailholm Tower. Can't go inside. I'll just break down the door. Nobody can get in this tower. Someone lost the key. Call a fucking locksmith. What are you talking about? Okay. He got mad that they accused you of being a witch. He got mad at you that you were accused of being a witch. Because he doesn't believe in witchcraft. He thinks it's all nonsense. But he got mad at you for being arrested under suspicion of witchcraft. Why? Okay. I wish I'd gotten more points for that. Anything over here? Probably not, right? Nope. Okay. Let's get out of here then. What about over here? Yep. This is the McGee house. This is the Crims house. That guy's house. McGee. Wait, was it the McBee children or the McGee children? Oh, it was the McBees, wasn't it? I think. Large witch. There's a witch holiday. What's in my pockets? I've got my handbook and a key. And that's the key to my room. They didn't make me use that. That's nice. Let's try this one first, I guess. Hello? Coming right in. The McBees. Are you the ones with the dead kids? They didn't go very as far with the Scottish accent as I would like. Even in the writing. You see, there's a little bit of it. Every once in a while they throw in like a bit of the accent. Like that guy said "tis" earlier. But it doesn't read like Scottish Twitter, which is what this is way before Scottish Twitter was a thing. So I understand Francisco didn't necessarily know how to write someone Scottish, but these days, if somebody wrote this game today, then I would expect them to write it like Scottish Twitter. With the like dinays and stuff. I would want this dialogue to be borderline incomprehensible. The puzzle is figuring out what people are saying. That's what this should have been. So what's the point of being in Scotland as an American? And what's the point of being an American in Scotland if you can understand what people are saying? Might as well have been in Salem. Okay, so we did get the right one. It's not the McGees, it's the McBees. What's it like living right across the street from somebody who has almost the exact same name? Oh, McGee was the constable. That's right. Why are your names so similar? Okay. Are you sure your children weren't the witches and they got killed trying to summon a demon? That happens a lot, you know. Kids dabble in witchcraft, get swallowed up by the bowels of hell. It's way more common than children getting murdered by other witches, outside witchy influences. Okay. Oh no. So you guys don't think it's the sleepwalking lady. You think it's some other lady. Oh, okay. You think they're in cahoots. It's a coven. Your children were murdered in a ritualistic sacrifice by a whole coven of witches. Okay. Alright, I don't think she's gonna confess. She seems pretty adamant that she's not a witch. Old Mary. Young Mary. Not whoever this old lady is. I don't know. She might say, yes, I'm a witch, but I didn't murder those children. I don't know. Guess I'll go talk to her. She'll definitely talk to me. This is an adventure game. It doesn't. I'll puzzle my way through this. Don't you let me worry about that. They were murdered in their home. Listen, they weren't in the streets. They were in their bedrooms upstairs. This sound is perfectly safe. Right? Yeah, you probably should have moved when you realized that the constable had almost the exact same name as you. Alright. Okay. Can I take some things from you guys? You got a lot of books. I'm not interested. Oh, it's just one of those encyclopedia sets. Yeah, okay. They bought it looks like multiple encyclopedia sets. I think they're identical. Two or four probably of the exact same encyclopedia set they bought from a traveling salesman. He was like, why don't you buy two? You could gift them to your nephews. And they realized after they got suckered into buying two sets that they don't have a nephew. They didn't have anybody to give them to. Okay, here's the kids' graves. They shoved them in one grave. Poor, are ya? They buried them in the same town they live in, but they're moving immediately. Okay, there's Crim's father or something. Blaine. Was Mary Blaine? Can we go inside? No. What am I doing here? Anything? Nothing over to the right, is there? Nope. Okay, let's go back. It'll probably be something for me to do here later, I guess. Constable McGee is not home. And this is the Crims. I always have business with the Crims. This is the back of the jail. Okay. Still haven't picked up any inventory objects anytime recently. It's over this way, I guess. We gotta go meet that old lady or something. I wasn't paying enough attention in the intro where it was raining when we had that external establishing shot of the street there. I remember this screen. For some reason, this screen right here is triggering some memories. I remember being here probably 20 years ago. Wait, let's dig ourselves in. There's nothing in there? How could there be nothing in the knothole? Okay, what does this say again? Smailholm Tower to the west. So let's go east. Is that where the witch is? It is. No, hey, come back here. I need to talk to you. Where are you going? I think she's just a wheat farmer. I don't think this lady's a witch. She's got a whole field behind her. Where are you going? Stop. Can't you hear me following you? Hey. Stop. Okay, let's push her. Let's push her in the river. If she floats, she's a witch. Oh, she casted some lightning bolts. Why? Why is she electric? What do you know? Looks like we've got ourselves a witch. But she didn't kill those kids. Oh, the water's cold. What was she doing with the water? Let's go back, I guess. Hello? Open up. It's me. Your river spell. I saw you doing magic. Oh. What do you want from me? Is that how you got your wheat so tall? Magic? Okay, yes, sure. It's just nature magic. Wilma Wiggins. Did your parents give you that name, or did you change it to something? Right. Is that your voice I'm hearing every time I get scored? I'm taking her things. I need to go down a list of dialogue options with you so I can get some points, okay? Bear with me. 30 years. Alright, you eat a lot of bread. She stays here, goes to the river, electrifies some fish, I guess. Is that what she was doing? She fishes with electricity. Why do you not have locksmiths in this city? Okay, yes, but you know, there's no such thing as an impenetrable lock. And most locks are incredibly easy to break. In fact, they're only there to slow people down so that they don't, so that they like, oh, if it takes too long, I'll get caught. There's no such thing as a lock that's unbreakable. I don't understand why. Oh, someone lost the key. And if the lock's too hard to break, the hinges most certainly aren't. Cut a hole in the door. Come on now. Okay, you think it was Dark Witches. They talked about the bodies, right? There was something about the bodies. Oh, we can, it probably won't work. Okay, tell me about the McBees, I guess. Okay, yeah, they think it was you, and they think you had an accomplice. Strange about them. Are they the witches? They were too oh, they killed their own kids. Or they were replaced. They were possessed by demons. They've been replaced. They're not really their parents. Trust, okay. Tell me about the spell then. Is it the problem some components you need me to collect? I'm an adventure game protagonist. I'm all about collecting components for spellcrafts. Yeah, okay. 2 specific items. You need an item belonging to the children. And you need an item belonging, okay, to the accused. But that doesn't, so we can, does the spell just exonerate? It can confirm or deny somebody did it? Right, well that's fine. Let's go collect these objects then. Let's go to the left first. We'll go back to town after we check out this tower. This is a lighthouse. It's not even a door lock, it's a padlock? Bro, get some bolt cutters. What are you even doing in this town? Nobody can figure out. Somebody locked. Yeah, somebody put a padlock on it and threw away the key. Yeah, you know, this happens literally every day at storage units. Somebody doesn't pay for their storage unit because they were old and they died in their house. And they need to get in the storage unit so they can rent it to someone else. And there's a padlock on it. And so they cut the fucking padlock off. This is trivial. You don't even need a locksmith. You need a $5 pair of bolt cutters from the fucking hardware store. All right, hey, lady, give me your clothes so I can do a spell or something. Take your shirt off. Give me your blouse, ma'am. I'm doing some magic. Everybody thinks she's a bad witch, but I know she's a good witch. Tis, another tis. Alright, your locket. I'll give it back, or it might be used up by the spell, but if it doesn't get used up by the spell, I'll give it back. Or I'll sell it for cash, because, you know, these investigations I go on don't really pay that well. They barely cover the cost of the trip, to be honest. It takes a couple weeks. I'm not able to do anything else for a couple weeks. I have to buy international plane tickets and hotel rooms for a week, couple weeks or so. I might need to pawn this, but you know, if I don't, then I'll give it. If I don't sell it for money, I'll give it back to you. I promise. I'll at least tell you which pawn shop I bought it from, so you can go buy it back. I sold it to. Damn it! There's something over to this direction, huh? Is there? It's a sign there. Hey. Okay. You're not even packed up. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you for the clue. Let's go grave robbing. Oh, that's the... I did walk over there already. There's something over here. I guess my subconscious knew it earlier. All right, yoink. Remembering the spell. Yeah, I'm not a fan of needing excuses to take things, but that wasn't even there before, so it's fine. And they very clearly lampposted that it was gonna be there. So it's not a gameplay complaint, it's just a spirit of adventure game protagonist complaint. I want them to take everything that's not nailed down, fill their pockets up constantly without needing an excuse. Oh, this looks interesting. Put it in my pocket. That's the kind of adventure game protagonist I'm most comfortable with. Hey, guess what? All you need is a little bit of charisma, and you can cast a spell. Okay, I guess we just have to give her the items. Here, this is a locket, and this is a teddy bear. Alright, cast the spell. Do it. Okay, we have to wait till tomorrow. It's getting late. Alright. A commotion. It's still not raining. I assume it'll start raining again at some point later, but probably not this episode. It's looking like. Oh. I'm staying in this inn. I'm going to bed, you shithead. No, I've been collecting spell components. Yeah, you're not a very good investigator, going around being surly to everybody. An entire village full of suspects. No. It's because this guy's not an investigator. He's got a doctorate in some nonsense. Right? What did he say his PhD was in? This guy's not a cop or anything. The married girl's in love with Finn. We've spoken for all of 5 minutes, and I took her locket. I'm not giving it back. I'm gonna get a pawn it for money. Alright. Going straight to bed. Not even a choice. It's fine by me, but do we have to watch him walk all the way to his room? Is that necessary? Alright. I was half expecting it to teleport me to his room and then have him walk to his bed, but nope, they did fade out a little bit early. I feel the need to show me the entire process. We should go swinging on the chandelier. Hey, stop walking, Ben, for a second. Let's go swinging on the chandelier. Okay. He thought of it. He thought exactly what I wanted to do, and he at least acknowledged it. Yeah, sometimes that's all you can ask for. Should I swipe some of these plates? No? Okay, they seem like they could be useful. That moose head also seems like it might be relevant at some point. What are we doing? Going back to the... Yeah, I guess let's go straight back to the witch's hut. Uh-oh. Door's cracked. Has she been murdered? Yeah, wow. She was incredibly murdered. And there's a symbol. Is that the symbol for murder? Let's see. It is the symbol for murder. It's the one at the top of the page. Okay, so that's odd. Okay, so it's like a left arrow. It's a down right arrow thing and then an upside down cross combined. Worry about that later. Let's use our handbook on the symbol. No? Well, it's not very, rudeness. I don't think we need to worry about being polite to the old lady anymore. She's already dead. She was bludgeoned to death. What are all these? What's all this? These look like stab wounds. I can excuse that these also look like cuts less than bashing damage by the low res. Obviously not a great artist that drew these scenes, but these, I don't understand why there's splotches of blood in various places down her body. I would expect it to either be soaked through, like a big stain, one big stain, or nothing here, and just a pool like this coming from her head. I said I would excuse it, but really this should be one big stain too at the top of her head. You talk to her. All right, well, that's unfortunate. So, is it demons? Is that what we're finding out? It was demons? Let's just leave and then someone will come in. No? Oh, yep. Okay. Hello. Did you do this? The witch. The old woman who's the witch. I'm out of my league. I solved a series of murders that was being committed via skunk ape by a drug dealer, and then I solved the second one. Wasn't really a murder. No, everybody turned out fine. But you're not a professional either. You're a professor. You're probably a history PhD. No, he said it was criminology, right? A PhD in criminology is not a qualification. Ben Jordan, with his experience, is definitely more qualified than this stodgy old cunt in his fucking tweed jacket. I wasn't listening. Oh, this wasn't here a second ago. All right. Oh boy. Okay. Do I just use my investigator handbook on it? No, of course not. All right. Let's have a look. This is this code. See, so these must be W's. No, like this part or this part is a U, or this matches a U, but there's two of them. But WW doesn't, unless this is code for Japanese. And it starts off with someone laughing, just a little bit. WW. But the code is not straightforward, unfortunately. This isn't that helpful right now, hopefully. Hopefully we'll get more clues for that later. Ideally, I don't need to use this fucking image of the code. Ideally, the clues, everything I need to solve that puzzle will be somewhere in this game, but I don't have my hopes up for that. I don't have my hopes up that is the case, but I guess I do have my hopes up, but I'm not too high. There's a very real possibility that I'll need to use this handbook page to solve this puzzle. I'm not looking forward to it. Hello, Wilma's been dead. I mean, she's become dead. She's dead now. I don't know how long she's been dead. The murder mark. Oh, I know exactly what mark it was. It was this one. I have this one, page 143. It says in the top right of the... Okay, someone who thinks they're a dark witch. They might be a dark witch. There's 3 murders now. Shouldn't be too difficult to track down. Anybody else I can talk to around here left? Is the constable around? Innkeeper, perhaps? No. Try the homes. Guess stop by the church again, too. Nope. This house is gonna be empty now. There's no answer, right? No answer. And I have no business with the crims. Let's walk back to the church again. No one here. There's no one here. All right. Go back. There's 15 letters here on this page of my handbook, my Paranormal Investigator's handbook. And also, there was really no reason these pages couldn't have been like, when you go and if you look at the handbook like this, there's really no reason that couldn't have pulled up these pages. It's just a gimmick. It's like, yeah, there's some pages of the handbook included in the game folder. Pointless. Have a look at this. Is still locked, huh? But the thing about, like, even if I solve this puzzle, if I figure out that if I break the code, I figure out how this code works, right? Like, there's no way for the game to know that. So there's the real puzzle is figuring out how to make the game think that Ben Jordan solved this puzzle. Let's look around some more first. You can go over by the riverbank. I guess we can check the crime scene again. Start with the riverbank. Oh, this is just grass, not wheat. But she did say she's self-sustaining. Oh, this path over here, I forgot about that too. I guess we should check that out. A forest. Follow the trail until it leads to something, I guess. Oh, this is dead end. We've already led to something, a dead end. There's nothing else around here. Nothing sticks out. I don't get tooltips. There's no tooltips in this game. The water's still cold. Another body! Can't walk across here, can I? I can't walk on water. So there's really nothing around here. This one, he doesn't say anything about climbing. He says the tree bark. What? Do I need to chip off some of this bark? Not with anything I'm currently holding. I mean, the witch code does seem pretty similar to Japanese. They have symbols that mean words, like murder, and then they have symbols that are equivalent to letters. They're not syllables like Japanese, but like I don't think these are obviously gonna spell something out in English. Okay, this is a T. Let's figure out the ones I know that are listed in here first, I guess. This is an A. It's another A. What's this? We seriously just can't use our notebook. That witch holiday is definitely going to become relevant. I mean, most of these symbols don't seem to be on my list. Most of these symbols. They gave me 15 letters and almost none of them are in this message. Like these 3 lines things, that's not one of them. Doesn't look anything like any of the ones I've got. They gave me Q. Great. I'm definitely going to need Q. None of these are Q. I'm still... This looks like 2 U's stuck together, which would be a W, but maybe it's a V. Nope, V is like an A. I can't tell if the V is... If this is supposed to be a V, but it's just... No, it has 2 sticks like this, so no, that's definitely not. Go down the list. This looks like 2 U's stuck together. This one doesn't look like anything on my list. This one doesn't look like anything on my list. This is an A, I'm pretty sure. This doesn't look like... This is this letter again. This doesn't look like anything on my list. It looks a bit like an F, but upside down and with a dot in it. Or like rotated 180 degrees with the dot in it. But that doesn't help me at all. This is an A again, right? Yeah. And then this isn't on my list. This isn't on my list at all. This isn't on my list at all. This isn't on my list. It's these again. This isn't on my list. These aren't on my list. This is this again. This is this again. This isn't on my list. So basically, this page in my notebook is pointless. This is an O. This page that they gave me seems to be completely worthless. Completely fucking worthless. 95% of the letters in this message are not on my fucking list. We've got some T's, we got an O, and we got some A's. I think that's all. I think that's all the letters that I have available down here. Let's look around some more. Surely, the problem is there's probably some object that I'm supposed to click on that doesn't look like something I'm supposed to click on because there's no fucking tooltips. I know games I know AGS games contemporary with when this game was made had fucking tooltips. I know that was possible. I know people did it. So there's no fucking excuse. You need fucking tooltips. The deluxe versions had tooltips. Those were only 2 years after this came out. We're back in 2004. I can't reach it. What if I walk up here? The art in this game is not good enough to get away with. Just look for something that looks like it's necessary. I can reach it. It's right here in front of me. Touch it, Ben. Ben, your fucking dick is touching that thing's antler right now. Don't give me that I can't reach this shit. You're full of it, Ben. Fuck you. Anything else in here? He doesn't care about the cat. Let's just go back to bed. Been a long day. We found a body. Damn it. There's nothing in here. Cool. There's nothing weird about these floorboards. No? Okay. Like, how do you have perspective like in that room and think, Oh yeah, my game doesn't need tooltips. It's very obvious what you should click on. So I have to poke that moose with something. Oh, why does he keep thinking I want to climb the trees? I never said climb the tree. I said use the tree. But the guy said she had a crush on me. The professor did. Can you give me some advice on the note? So obviously just sitting there and trying to figure out that code, trying to crack that code, and figure it out just based on like where letters are in words, how long words are, like just breaking the code like a normal code breaker. That's not gonna help me. Like if I figure out that code, if I sit here for 2 hours and figure out what that code is supposed to say, that doesn't solve the puzzle. So I need to figure out how to solve the puzzle. Where could he possibly be? There's nothing this direction, is there? No. Can I have this flower now? Will you take the flower now? You've seen a dead body. It could soothe you. No. Like the one thing that stands out isn't an object you're supposed to click on. I guarantee there's gonna be something that just looks like every rock. I've been looking at every rock I see because I'm like, I don't know, there's a rock here. It's one thing that stands out. Okay, did I get those thorns? No, it's just some flavor text. And this flower, he doesn't even recognize it as such. Oh, there's some blood on these flowers, huh? Is it another message? I found the murder weapon and I'm taking it with me. I don't want to disturb the crime scene, but I will get my grubby fingerprints all over this fucking obvious murder weapon. It's magic. Can we use this now to break something? Can we get some bark off these trees? He doesn't even acknowledge that I'm doing anything now. Will this add up if I keep doing it? No. Nature always gets 1 point. It can't get multiple points. See, that changes the game. When you don't have tooltips, it changes the game from use every item on every item to just spam click the whole screen with every item. There's nothing really here. This screen is gonna be relevant later. There's gonna be stuff here later, I guess. Can't see what I would use a crowbar with at the riverbed other than I wash it off or something. We can try it on the padlock, maybe. Bust Mary out of jail with it. If they can't figure out how to break a padlock, then their jail probably doesn't have very good locks either. It's impenetrable. Okay, just a crowbar. Nobody could get in this tower for years, it seems. It's impossible. Somebody locked it and they lost the key, so nobody can get in. This is what we were missing out on. A tapestry. Okay, some books. Interesting facts about Smailholm. And yes, this is a lighthouse. Okay, this is the same one every time. Captain Cook's mother, Jean, lived in Smailholm before her marriage to John Cook of Ednam. They were married and... Is that... Oh, up here is Thomas Pringle's. That's just a joke, I'm guessing. This is the one... Oh, wait. Are these... Oh, God. Each one of these books, it's not random. Is it? Oh, no, it is random. I just got the same one twice in a row earlier for some reason. But the books down here are the ones I need, I think. I think this seems like something. It mentions the church. Old diaries. Yeah, I think those are just jokes up there. A lot of stuff about the church. And there's nothing else up here. Right, I guess we're done here then. Anybody can jump me when I walk out here. Hey guys, I solved your age-old tower problem that you couldn't figure out a padlock. I just pried it off with a crowbar, which is which means that lock was even weaker than one that would need bolt. If you can prise a lock open with a crowbar, let's try busting Mary out of jail. While we're here, might as well give it a shot. Nope, that door is too sturdy. What about this door? He's gonna walk all the way over there to tell me no, isn't he? No, he doesn't even tell me no. He just walks all the way over there and then nothing happens. Let's go back to the church since all those books were leading me to the church. Can we see Cook on here anywhere? No. Can we do some grave robbing? No. Can't click anything with this. Still have no interest in going in the church. So that wasn't the clue I was looking for, I guess. Wait, what's this? Why is there blood? Why are there red spots? I guess there's red spots here. It might just be the number of colors available. It drew this in more than 256 colors or whatever, but then just compressed it down to 256 colors, and there's some weirdness going on. Or intentionally. The alternative is he intentionally placed some red spots there, but they don't mean anything, I guess. Anyone in here? No, I'm not walking all the way back up to my room. Oh, wait, can I reach the moose head with the crowbar? No, can't. Oops. Well, I guess I am walking all the way up there because you can't cancel out of this. He's just going to walk all the way up there. It's not even going to give me a message. It's just going to be like, yep, I walked all the way up here. Sure did. Cool, thanks. Still can't click that with this. Still can't reach it either. It's quiet in here. You try talking to Mary again, I guess. Do you have anything worth saying now? No? Okay. Let's check the tower one more time. All these books. They're so long. 5D or 6D, about 2.5p. And what does this have to... Oh, they're just random interesting... Okay, whatever. Standing on the high point of the hill between Kelso and St. Boswell's Smailholm Towers, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. This is the same one again. There was a hospital. Well, I'm getting nowhere fast right now, so... And we're plenty over an hour. Get out of here. The music's screaming at me. All right. And we're 50 of 144. We're about a third of the way. This is probably going to be a three episode case. I'll see you next week for part 2 of Ben Jordan Case 3 on Mystery Mondays.